Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back to another edition of Exposed. And on this edition, we're just going to expose all these Canelo Alvarez haters and fanboys. And so let's just break it down honestly and unbiasedly. And we're going to start with Fresh BX. And he states that Canelo Alvarez single-handedly ruined the undisputed fight with Demetrius Andrade. So how is it his ultimate goal to become undisputed? Actions speak louder than words. Hashtag stop me when I lie. So Fresh BX, I'm just going to stop you right there because that's a blatant, egregious lie. And we're going to break it down honestly why. As you see here, according to Michael Benson with Talk Sports, Canelo Alvarez was reportedly in deep negotiations about to close the deal with Sergey Deverenchenko, his IBF mandatory. So you don't enter those negotiations, you don't attempt to close those deals if you're not serious about retaining your titles on the pursuit of becoming undisputed. Let's be honest. And then in addition to that, Canelo Alvarez apologized to his fans and demanded answers from Golden Boy because he was stripped of his IBF belt, one he wished to retain, simply because Golden Boy did not file the correct paperwork in a timely manner to allow him an extension. So you have to be honest and unbiased when you analyze it, and that you were not. But let's keep it going. HW22 states, I hate to burst your bubble, but Canelo was never in negotiations with Demetrius Andrade. This came from Andrade himself, and who I know personally. And it sounds like HW22, Andrade doesn't like you very well because he's lying to your face. So let's just break it down. Why? According to Chris Mannix with Sports Illustrated, he states there's radio silence on Canelo Alvarez Andrade negotiations, and Demetrius Andrade tells Sports Illustrated that he has not been told anything about the negotiations. Now you have to be honest and unbiased. What did Demetrius Andrade tell them? He has not been told anything about the negotiations. He himself has not been told anything about them. So that doesn't mean there aren't negotiations. That means he was not told. He is not in a position where he's a big enough star to where he needs to be updated at every single turn. That's not who Demetrius Andrade is. His promoter, Al Heyman, handles that for him. So we have to be honest and unbiased when we analyze this situation. And according to Mike Coppinger, he stated, and that sources tell the Athletic Box that Canelo Alvarez and Demetrius Andrade are in serious talks for a middleweight unification bout on the zone. See, you have to understand that Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Boxing USA and Golden Boy Promotions were in serious, deep negotiations for that bout, and Demetrius Andrade was not informed of the step-by-step process at that time. So you have to be honest and unbiased, and you have to do your research because fanboy nonsense just won't cut it. But let's keep it going. Orca Amaya states, Triple G don't have to earn nothing. He was robbed twice by that diva Canelo. The fight was promised by that cheat Canelo, who isn't even enrolled in the WBC drug testing program. So let's just break this down. Orca Amaya, and let's break it down. The first thing you said, he was robbed twice by Canelo, and Triple G doesn't have to earn anything. Well, first of all, both of the fights were close, both of the fights were entertaining, and so if you felt like Triple G was robbed, then that's your opinion. I'll give you that, and you're entitled to your opinion. But one thing I will say is the fact that Triple G doesn't have to earn anything. Regardless if you thought he won or lost, he actually lost the second fight, regardless of how you felt about it. And since he lost the second fight, that put Canelo Alvarez in a position of power in the negotiations. And not only that, Canelo Alvarez is a huge star. He's the face of boxing, and Triple G is the one begging for a trilogy, not Canelo Alvarez. You have to be honest and unbiased about who needs to earn what and what Triple G's place is. Triple G has to stand in line like everyone else and ask for the Canelo Alvarez fight politely, because you have to be honest and unbiased. Triple G is not in control, and he's not the A side. In addition to that, you stated that Canelo Alvarez isn't even enrolled in the WBC drug testing program, and that's false as well, because when you look at it, according to BleacherReport.com, Canelo Alvarez agreed to year-round VADA PED testing in 2018. So you have to be honest and unbiased. Canelo Alvarez has already been enrolled in the WBC clean boxing program. Canelo Alvarez is a clean fighter, and he's been enrolled. But let's keep it going. Mo Sheik states, you guys know Canelo doesn't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. This ain't the first time he's running from Andrade. And this is what's wrong with guys like this, is because these guys listen to these bias stations such as Bias Ego and Dante's Bias Nation, and they think that Canelo Alvarez is ducking these guys when you see the proof. And that's why we have to do these exposed, because it's not a malicious or disrespectful thing. It's actually informative and educational. So I would be happy to educate you at this point, Mo. And the education is what we've already learned, is is that according to Mike Coppinger, Canelo Alvarez and Demetrius Andrade was already in serious talks for a unification bout. But Canelo Alvarez, at the end of the day, had an opportunity to secure a legacy fight against Sergey Kovalev, and that's what he chose to do. And let's keep it going. Punch quote. Now, I like Punch quote. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we disagree. That's what happens in boxing. He states if he didn't fight Andrade for undisputed, he isn't going to fight Andrade at all. Definitely can't outbox Andrade. So it'll be another BS, Lara, or Floyd Mayweather card. So let's just break that down. Now, first of all, Canelo Alvarez you've already seen that Canelo Alvarez was in negotiations to fight Andrade regardless. His goal is to go undisputed. And Sergey Kovalev is a much more dangerous opponent than Demetrius Andrade, much more dangerous than Lara, and much more dangerous than Floyd Mayweather. Yet Canelo Alvarez took 2 fights with difficult opponents with difficult styles. So what makes you think he wouldn't take one with Demetrius Andrade for an opportunity at undisputed? If he would fight the best fighter in the world at the time of Floyd Mayweather, and he was still a young buck who had no world championship level experience against a top tier opponent to prepare him for that, what does that tell you about him and Demetrius Andrade when Canelo's in his prime and trying to secure a legacy? There's no fear of Demetrius Andrade. I think it's a great stylistic matchup for both fighters, and I think it'll be an intriguing fight. But at the end of the day, Demetrius Andrade doesn't have experience on that level. He does have a top level skill set, so it'll be a great fight. One I would still favor Saul Canelo Alvarez. But once again, Unbiased as always, it's the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.